Today I'm going to show you guys the top 10 loadouts in Warzone. They just released a nerf to the DM10 and the TR2, which is a second nerf to the DM10 and the first nerf to the TR2. It's pretty significant nerfs for damage range. It's definitely going to take them out of the meta. So now we're going to have new long range, and then I'm also going to show you guys the close range and my sniper meta with the sniper support as well. We're going to have 10 loadouts for you built into like 5 whole loadouts. I'll show you some gameplay with each one as well and take them in the firing range and talk about them. If you guys like these videos, make sure to let me know down in the comments and hit the like button. It's the best way I can tell if you guys are enjoying the videos and if you want me to keep doing this style. And thank you guys so much for the love. We just crossed over 1,600 followers and the last video did like 1.3K views. Thank you guys so much. It's freaking amazing. I'm enjoying the long form grind, and just thank you guys so much for being here. All right, so like I said, the way we're doing this is we're building them in pairs. There's going to be 10 weapons, but it's going to be built into 5 loadout pairs that you can run in Warzone. We're going to go with the SWAT 5.56 and the C9. This is a pretty good loadout right now. I wouldn't run it in ranked, but if you're running pubs or casuals, either big map or resurgence, you're going to have some fun with this loadout. The SWAT is not my personal favorite. If you've watched any of my videos, you know I prefer the Cypher over the SWAT. We can take it into the firing range, and then I'll show you guys the loadout after we're in the firing range here. You can see up close, it's really, really good. In the medium range, it's really, really good. All the way out to that dummy, pretty good. And then we get to this last dummy. Let me reload. We get to this last dummy. There's a little bit of like an initial gun kick that like, if you can overcome that, it's pretty dang good even at that distance. And then obviously, like I said, in these closer to mid-range, it's very, very, very good. And then that last dummy, you just get that little bounce at the beginning. If you can overcome that, you'll be all right. All right, so now we're going to show you guys the loadout for it. It's the Jason Armory 2X, the ported compensator, the vertical foregrip, the full auto extended mag, and the Grau conversion kit that turns it into the classic Grau from Warzone 1. Definitely doesn't quite feel like the classic Grau, but it's still really, really fun to use. If you want to run this as an iron sight, you can take out the optic. I would go for a rear grip for ADS speed, or you could go for a stock for maybe some aim walking movement speed. I'm going to leave the Jason Armory 2X on there and kind of keep it as like a long range weapon. And then this is the loadout for that. Next, I'll show you guys the C9 in the firing range. Now, this is going to be a fun gun to use. It's probably the third out of the SMGs that are available in the meta right now, but it's definitely in the meta. And again, resurgence, big map, pubs, casual, you can definitely use it. I wouldn't really use it in ranked play. We'll get to some good ranked play loadouts here in a minute. But you can see, you know, it kills pretty good in the close to mid range. We'll even bring this dummy down and just show you can kill kind of 3 dummies in one magazine. I have the extended mag 1 on. You can put the extended mag 2 on if you play a squads mode like duos, trios, or quads. That was a little dicey on that one. I'll just show you guys. Here you go. Kill that dummy, kill that dummy, kill that dummy, all in one magazine. So you can get about 3 targets down in one magazine. And then I'll show you guys the loadout for it. So it's going to be monolithic suppressor. You can change this out, but I'm going to be honest, from what I've tested, I just don't really like any of the other muzzles for this. I don't think they make it that much better. I would stick with the monolithic suppressor. I run no barrel on it. I run the G grip, the extended mag, the infiltrator stock, and the recoil springs. It makes this thing really good for movement, and the recoil springs really help with the recoil control. And it does pretty good damage out to a decent range. It's probably one of the better ranges among the SMGs. So this should be a lot of fun for you to use. Now, we're going to go hop into some gameplay with both of these weapons, show you a couple of clips. We're not going to do full gameplays. I'll show you a couple of clips and let you guys see how they play in game. And I have no problem with casuals and other people playing casuals. I just don't get the dopamine out of it. Like a win in casuals, I'm just like, haha, yay, good job. Whereas like a win in regular, I don't get that many wins in regular, so it's like a huge dopamine hit when you do. It's like a massive dopamine hit. All right, we got a guy here. He was waiting for us. All right, so there's a dead body there. Oh, come on, brother. Okay. Why is there just a dead body here? Oh, that's not a dead body. That's a... Chad, I don't see where he got to.
I'm getting stitched up.
Yeah, of course. Specialist for us. We'll take that. All right, now we're going to talk about the fourth loadout pair, which is going to be like weapons number 8 and number 7 in the top 10. It's going to be the GPR and the Ladra. The Ladra is actually a ton of fun right now. If you ever pick it up as floor loot, it's really good. And the GPR is probably one of the most fun ARs we have right now. The problem is that range just does not get quite far out there enough. I can show you the damage range right now is 53 meters for its first damage drop off, and then 69. So like you can get some good kills out to 53 meters, but a lot of the big map fights you get in are sometimes at 60, 65, 70 meters. And this doesn't quite reach out far enough to get that. You're doing 20. It's a pretty significant damage drop off at that range. All right, so we'll go hop into the firing range with this as well. We'll just kind of show you what it looks like on all the different dummies. So up close, it's one of the fastest TTK weapons up close, even comparing to like some SMGs. You can clearly kill 4 dummies with 1 magazine, which is really, really nice. We'll kill that medium range target again. And then up close again, 4 targets with 1 magazine is really, really good. And we'll go show you guys the loadout for this as well. So it's going to be, again, I'm liking the Jason Armory 2X right now. You can put on the Willis 3X. You can put on a 4X scope. You can put on one of the reflex scopes, whatever you want. But I'm running the Jason Armory 2X, the compensator. Some people will run the muzzle on this to get some extended damage range and bullet velocity. I personally think it's got enough. I like the compensator to really rein in that recoil. Long barrel to give it a little extra range. And then the vertical foregrip and extended mag 2, which we just saw in the firing range, gives you the ability to down 4 enemies in 1 magazine. Obviously, realistically, when they're moving, you probably won't down all 4, but theoretically it's possible. And then we're going to go look at the Ladra now. We're going to take this into the firing range, and I'll just show you guys kind of how it plays in here. You can kind of see, even at the medium range, it's got decent recoil control. We'll pop down this dummy as well. And it kills really fastly. It's pretty damn accurate. We ran out of bullets there. Let me get a full test on how many we can kill in 1 magazine here. We'll go ahead and bring this dummy back up here. So not quite 4, but definitely 3. And this is extended mag 1. We're not even running the bigger extended mag on this. If you are running a squads mode again, add the extended mag 3 on there, or 2, or whatever it's called, the one with the big drum mag, and you'll be able to get more bullets per magazine. But again, this is kind of how the gun operates. Feels really, really good in the close quarters, feels good at mid-range, and just overall a pretty good gun. We'll go look at the build for it right now, actually. So again, I'm going to be running the monolithic suppressor on this. This one I'm going to be running reinforced barrel, the G grip, the extended mag 1, and then the recoil springs. It's really fun. It's really mobile. It feels really, really good, and you guys are going to have a ton of fun with this. Now we're going to go jump into some gameplay with the GPR and the Ladra. Just show you guys a couple of clips with it. So, oh my God, you know what's funny is, like, I wanted to not give it to you until I came out with some new merch and then give you something from that, and then I just never came out with new merch. So at some point I just need to get you a dome hoodie. I just didn't like the quality of those hoodies at all, so I wanted to get you something better. In fact, I probably should just take that whole store down. That's hilarious. Jome is a fraud, and I should be arrested. Yeah, so next time if you want to have a better experience, I 100% suggest
Enemy UAV
playing on BattleNet. I thought you meant you were playing on Xbox, like the console. Is this below me?
Enemy soldier incoming.
No, no, fight each other, please. Dork my fart. All right, we gotta get some Ladra kills.
Contract failed. Objective
Heard that.
lost. The squad mate is entered the go.
Getting stitched up.
All right, and loadout number 3 might be my favorite loadout in the game right now. It's the HDR FFAR combo. It's the FFAR is probably the best sniper support. It suffers a lot from what the GPR suffers from, is it's got insane TTK. It just has not a lot of range to it. I think technically, theoretically, the range does go out pretty far, but it starts to bounce a bit too much at that range. So you really want to use this as a sniper support right now. I'm running as an iron sight sniper support, and then obviously pairing it with the HDR, which is a really fun sniper. One-shot headshots at infinite range and just very, very accurate. Let's go look at the FFAR first. We'll put it in the firing range, and I'll kind of show you guys how it plays. Shoots very, very straight up close, but the problem is when you get out to this farther range, it gets a little dicey. Even if we had like an optic on there, it would still be kind of hard to hit that farther target. It really wants to pull up and to the left. And if we pull this dummy down, you can see how fast it kills at each of the close and mid ranges. And then we'll try and kill this left dummy and just see how that one. You can definitely reach out and get somebody there, but again, that recoil really wants to pull you up and to the left. If you can overcome that, good for you. You might be able to get some good kills. You see, I start missing some shots to the left there. And then again, we'll test and see how many dummies we can kill in one magazine. So we'll kill this one first, kill this one second, this one third. We got 16 bullets left. Not quite a fourth one. So, but definitely three targets in one magazine is pretty good. And then we'll go show you guys the build for this as well. We'll back out here. FFAR. So the build is going to be compensator, G grip, no barrel on this because it's a closer. You're trying to build it for closer range for SMG capability. Compensator, G grip, extended mag 2, infiltrator pad, and recoil springs. And this thing is a laser beam up close. Again, I would not try to use it super far distances, but up close, this thing handles really well. It feels like an SMG if you're super up close, and it covers that mid range really well, which is perfect for pairing with a sniper that really can't cover the close to mid range. All right, and the HDR is easily my favorite sniper in the game. We've got a couple of one-shot snipers, but this one is probably the most accurate. The default scope on here is a very clean, big sight picture, so you can really easily hit headshots. We'll just show you guys this gun does not have a ton of like weapon sway to it or whatever. Pretty much it does like a little bit of like a figure 8 motion, but it stays all right there, kind of above the shoulders. It kind of gets out here a little bit sometimes. And then obviously if you hold your breath or whatever, it holds really steady. And that sway doesn't really start until a couple seconds after you. So if you're not hard scoping, if you're hard scoping, it's obviously going to start moving. But if you're scoping in, you're getting pretty accurate quick scoping ability. And so even at the far range, it's just easy to hit headshots with this. It's very, very, very easy to see what you're shooting and very accurate. And then the build for this is going to be, if we can get there, monolithic suppressor, the gain twist barrel. Now, this is maybe confusing to some people, but I'll explain it the best I can. Because it has infinite one-shot range, you don't care about damage range anymore. So now you're just trying to maximize bullet velocity. So monolithic suppressor will add some bullet velocity. It adds damage range too, but we don't really care about that. I guess technically speaking, if you're going to two-shot people, like if you're going to hit like an upper chest shot and not get the one shot, then damage range does matter. But if you're going for those single shot, one-shot headshots, you really are going to care mostly about bullet velocity and not so much about damage range with this because of the infinite one-shot headshot range. So monolithic suppressor, gain twist barrel to maximize that bullet velocity, lightweight bipod, heavy stock for the flinch resistance, because if somebody's shooting at you, you don't want your gun popping up. And then overpressured for even more bullet velocity. I'll show you guys. We're getting about 1255 bullet velocity on this, which is probably going to be the maxed out bullet velocity for this gun. And now we'll go hop into some gameplay and show you guys the FFAR and the HDR and how much fun it can be on Verdansk. Some of these recons here, we got to be careful with that.
Friendly loadout drops on the way.
That's actually fairly common.
Bounty targets marked.
It's hard to get wins in this. It's not easy.
You've got gas moving in.
All right, so I didn't want to deal with the superstore people, but it looks like we're going to have to. Well, let's see if anybody's willing to peek us over here. Oh my God, we are fucking sniping today.
Thanks for the work. UAV overflight terminated.
I don't know which direction he went. It's not going to be a fun fight for us here, if I'm being honest.
Loadout drop headed your way.
Now, for my top two loadouts, this is probably kind of cheating. I have the Cypher in both of them. However, I'm going to give you a Cypher 8 attachment build that is very, very necessary for the Cypher. Like, the Cypher is very good, but if you want to max it out, the 8 attachment build of the Cypher is dominant. Like, it is so good. And so we're going to treat it as its own build. And then I'll give you a Cypher that you can use in an overkill class as well. The Cypher that's 8 attachments here, we're going to pair it with the Grekhova, which is going to be the best sidearm that you can use for your gunfighter builds. It's very good, especially in ranked play, like on Rebirth. If you've ever ended up in the water and you need to get a loadout and you really are struggling to get back on the land, the Grekhova is going to be perfect under the water. It's also going to be really good up close in like pubs and casuals. If you're fighting up close and you want to have a gunfighter build, the Grekhova will definitely be able to get some kills, as you'll see in the gameplay when I show it. But first, let's take a look at the Cypher 8 attachment build. We'll take it in the firing range. And you can see it's very accurate, very, very hard hitting. All the way out, even at that last dummy. We miss a couple of shots, and we can still kill all 4 dummies in 1 magazine. Just show you guys again real quick. We'll even add the 5th dummy in here in a second to kind of get some different ranges. We'll add this guy. So very easy to hit headshots up close. Obviously very, very, very accurate up close. It suffers a little bit from the same issue the SWAT suffers from, except this one just feels better. Even at those ranges, it doesn't feel like it's like jumping all over the place on you. It feels like you can very much control it and get the kill at range. Again, we're using the Jason Armory 2X on this. You can use whatever scope you like, but I feel like this is just a good like in between that covers all ranges. You won't get here, let's bring this dummy all the way back up, right? So like if you have somebody push up on you, you won't get caught off guard and not be able to kill them because you're zoomed in super far. So the 2X really works well there. And then you can just fight anybody at pretty much any range, which you'll see when we show you guys the gameplay. Now let's go look at the loadout real quick. All right, so the loadout for this is going to be the Jason Armory 2X, the compensator, the reinforced barrel, vertical foregrip, extended mag 2, quick draw grip, and heavy stock, and the recoil springs. This thing shoots incredibly straight. It's very, very overpowered. If you've watched any of the World Series of Warzone qualifying, especially the EU that just happened, pretty much everybody that was good and everybody that was getting kills in the tournament was using the Cypher instead of the SWAT or instead of the TR2, which actually the TR2 I think was banned in competitive play, but they were using the Cypher over the SWAT, which I feel a little vindicated because I've been on the Cypher for a minute here, even when everybody's been yelling at me about the SWAT. And then I'll just show you guys the Grekhova real quick. It's actually a ton of fun to use. It's not the fastest killing gun in the world, but you're going to have a lot of fun with it. It shoots incredibly straight and it will catch enemies off guard. You can just see how accurate it is and how the distance that you can kill people with. Like, I mean, at 25 meters, that's pretty dang good TTK. Now you get to a point where the recoil starts to pop the muzzle of the gun up and you can't really see what you're shooting. But in your up close fights, this is going to be very, very, very strong. And obviously it allows you to run gunfighter as well. Now we're going to go show you the loadout for this. Cypher, Grekhova. It's going to be monolithic suppressor, reinforced barrel, extended mag 2, the Strelok laser, and recoil springs. This thing is extremely accurate and it's just a lot of fun to use. You saw in the firing range, even at the 25-meter dummy, we're still killing it pretty quickly and very accurately. Now let's go hop into some gameplay with the 8 attachment gunfighter Cypher and the Grekhova.
Targets marked. Kill them all.
Reloading!
All bounty targets destroyed. Hell of a job. Bounty targets are up. Get off.
Move it! Switching back!
You've got a loadout drop inbound. Primary objective complete. All targets eliminated. Gas is closing in. Get to the new safe zone.
Took him out!
Thanks for the work. UAV overflight terminated.
Enemy UAV overhead.
Incoming! Recon filed! Switching mags! Subtext!
Gas inbound. All bounty targets are KIA. Well done. Valiant.
Bam. And last is going to be the loadout that you're going to see everywhere. It's the top loadout in Warzone right now. Like I said, the World Series of Warzone pros are all using it. This is an overkill class that you can get in your pubs, your casuals, ranked play, no matter what, wherever you're at. This is going to be the best overall loadout in Warzone right now. It's going to be the Cypher 91 5 attachment build along with the LC10 5 attachment build. And then if you hit a second loadout later in the game, you can obviously grab the 8 attachment build to go with this. I would get this on overkill in your first loadout if you really want to get both weapons right away. So first we'll take a look at the 5 attachment Cypher. We already saw the 8 attachment Cypher. I'll show you the loadout now. We'll hop in the firing range real quick. I'm going to go we're going to change this. We're going to go back to the Jason Armory 2X here. The compensator, reinforced barrel, vertical foregrip, extended mag 2. So it's essentially the same build as the other one, just minus the rear grip, the fire mod, and the stock. We'll just show you in the firing range real quick. It still hits just as hard as the other one. Still very accurate. I'm on mouse and keyboard, so I miss a lot of shots because I'm just not that good. Kill that. And it just feels really good in almost all of your fights at all ranges. I'd like to fight this last dummy here just to kind of show you. Still very good at the far range. I'm kind of shooting both dummies there at that angle. Here, let me get a better angle. Now, I don't like this reticle because we changed optics. It reset the reticle. I would put that green minimal reticle on. I'll show you real quick again in case you missed it the first time. We'll go to gunsmith. We'll go to customize, and I would go with this one. I would try to, if you don't have this yet, go unlock it. You can also get the multiplayer version, which is red, or the zombies version, which is pink or purple or whatever you want to call that. But the Warzone one's probably the easiest one to get, and I use this pretty much on every optic I have. And so we'll put that on. And then the LC10 is the best, by far the best SMG in Warzone right now. The C9 and the Ladra are a ton of fun. This thing kills so much faster. It's got as good a range as the other ones while still having that up close TTK. It's very mobile. It's very accurate. It's a ton of fun. So we're going to hop in the firing range real quick and I'll just show it to you guys. It is a ton of fun to use. I mean, you just don't miss shots even at the medium range there. We'll kill these again, and then I'll shoot the third range dummy in a second. Once this hanging dummy is kind of cleared it. All right, so we'll shoot that middle dummy there, and you can just see at all ranges you don't miss. I mean, you can even look at the recoil pattern. It's just a very easy to control recoil pattern. That is like probably one of the simplest recoil patterns we have in the game right now. I mean, that's four dummies in one magazine, right? Easily the best SMG we have in the game. I'll show you the loadout for it now. We'll go LC10. Going to be monolithic suppressor, reinforced barrel. This one you can choose the long barrel if you want. I prefer the reinforced barrel because it has the better iron sight on it. Here, I'll show you real quick. So we put the long barrel on it, go in the firing range. You can see it's got like that V-shaped iron sight, and if you go back and go to the reinforced barrel, let's see, if you go to the reinforced barrel and then going in the firing range, it's got more of that like rounded iron sight, which I prefer much more. And then I've tried both and I've not really noticed that much of a difference. I don't really get in long enough SMG fights because we've got the Cypher. You don't get in long enough SMG fights to really notice that difference in range, which it's probably not that much. I mean, we can go look at the stats real quick. We'll take the barrel off and then we'll open this up and open the stats up. So 24.6 and 13 meters for their effective damage ranges. If you put the barrel on, it goes to 17 and 33. Reinforced barrel is 15 and 29. So you're talking about like 2 meters at its closest range and like 4 meters extra at its longest range. That's not enough for me to really care about it because I like that iron sight so much. It's I'm able to outweigh that with the iron sight. Now, if you're going to put on a optic anyways, if you're going to run this as an optic weapon and put on like a little reflex sight, then put on the long barrel and just be done with it. don't even think about it. But for me, I'm going to put on the reinforced barrel, the G grip, monolithic suppressor, G grip, extended mag, and recoil springs. And now we're going to go hop into some gameplay. This is the best overall loadout in the game right now. You absolutely need to at least try it. If you don't like it and you want to go back to whatever your favorite loadout is, go for it. But this is the best loadout in the game. If you get killed in the game right now, it'll probably be by a Cypher and an LC10. And you'll be wondering why your weapon doesn't feel as good. It's because this is the best loadout in the game right now. So let's go hop into some gameplay and I'll show it to you guys.
Reloading.
Priority tasking
I'm gonna push this way because again, I think that guy just swung into like tunnel and I don't really feel like dealing with him right now. You gotta pick your battles, chat.
Hostile UAV in the area.
Target eliminated.
Fire sale, eh? Fire station
Requesting
flight.
recon file.
UAV standing by.
What's up, Hunter? How you doing, bro? Dylan, thank you for the follow. What's up, Rugrat? It's a Nikon camera. Nikon, if you want to see the actual like model and stuff and like the exact everything, it is a Nikon. And if you go on my TikTok page on my bio,
Guys,
I have a link on there called Pillar. It's a Pillar link that'll take you to my Amazon storefront where you can see the entire like the exact camera and everything.
Requesting recon in my location.
Oh,
Now it's my
UAV is online.
yeah, this is him.
UAV is active.
UAV is single fuel. Returning to base.
now it's my turn.
No, that's not him. This is another guy.
UAV is no longer tracked. You lost it.
Oh, we got UAV money.
Ahead. Hostile UAV in the area. Only 10 left. Enemy UAV is online. Fire station on the
Requesting recon file.
Good work, team. Fifth down
Requesting
is a
recon in my
prize.
location.
UAV standing by. UAV available for
Changing bags.
Enemy UAV is online.
Switching bags.
Because I get bots, I get sweaty players. I will say since switching over to Rebirth, it's been a little sweatier.
This one's dead. Switching bags.
dropping into the area. Watch the... No more seconds.
They tagged me!
You've made it to the top 10.
Not hard.
Now it's my turn!
Enemies dropping into the AR.
Days off, but it's the content. I'm trying to get content like all the time now.